Hey love, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're talking about the very not so fun topic, I guess, for most of us, of commitment issues and how your commitment issues may be affecting your ability to achieve your goals in general or with a lot more ease. Before we dive into today's video, make sure you scroll down to the description below. Check out the Feminine First Workshop. This is a free monthly event that we do to connect with other ambitious and high achieving women to come together. It's part workshop, part women's circle, where we dive into topics, coaching tips, mindset shifts, all on how to move out of the hustle, the overworking, the overwhelm, and start leading with the feminine first. Make sure you also check out my 2 signature courses, Rest for Success and the Aligned Productivity Academy. Both waitlists are open right now, and more information will be coming your way soon if you are ready to dive deeper into this work and really start implementing some serious change around how you're creating your desired work style so that it supports your desired lifestyle. All right, let's dive in. So commitment and committing is a huge part of achieving goals. We hear this all the time, the importance of showing up consistently and putting in the work and having a clear strategy and sticking to it. However, this is where a lot of resistance comes up and where I see a lot of clients begin to self-sabotage themselves, where I can look back and see that for myself as well. I've been guilty of this, where we start to reject the things that we actually want on a conscious level, but on a subconscious level, we're rejecting them because somehow it doesn't feel safe. The commitment doesn't feel safe. The outcome that we want doesn't feel safe. We're scared or we're fearful of the potential of failure, or maybe we're even scared of the success because that new way of being, of living, of existing doesn't feel safe either, right? So committing to ourselves, that's kind of the first thing, right? Our ability to wake up in the morning and say, yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to commit to applying to these new jobs because I really want to shift out of the industry that I'm in right now and into this new one or into this new position, or apply for that promotion, or continue to nurture that relationship with my boss or whoever it might be to get into that promotion. Like, that's what I feel like I want to do to make that step, or to start showing up for your business, to start posting on social media, to have that consistency around the actions that you're taking towards that dream or that goal. Again, maybe it's a health goal and a fitness goal that you want to start showing up for consistently. There's a certain level of commitment that we need to make to ourselves. But what if we're having a hard time doing that? Right? What if when you think about showing up, you know you want to do it, and a lot of the times you probably know what it is you need to be doing, but you're just not doing it, right? So the first thing that I want you to do is release the negative self-talk that is happening in your head right now around why it is that you're not able to show up and how frustrated you are at yourself for not showing up and how come everyone else can do it and you're somehow not able to figure it out. No. We want to release all of that and start shifting into a place of compassion with ourselves. What is most likely going on is that there is an inner child wound coming up for you around what happens when you commit to something. Either you've committed to something in the past or during your childhood that didn't work out the way that you wanted to, that resulted in some kind of punishment or maybe some anger or some kind of negative result in a relationship. And so there's some kind of fear of making that commitment. It might also be that just commitment in general, again, due to an inner child wound, is making it difficult for you. And a great way to kind of feel this out is to look at how you are in relationships, or look at how you've been in your relationship in the past. And if there has ever been some sort of fear around committing. Is there a fear that you won't have the same possibilities anymore, that there will be less opportunities, or that you're going to have to get into a boring routine? Like, what are some of the beliefs that maybe you don't have them anymore, but you used to have? Or what are the other things that you might be, quote unquote, losing if you show up and start committing? For me, one of the biggest things that I found, especially, and this might resonate with you if you have gone through your own cycles of burnout or maybe still going through it, was that commitment for me meant inevitable burnout. That if I was going to commit to something, my story was, I'm going to work so hard, I'm going to push myself so hard to show up and do it consistently and put in the work, that it got to the point where I was like, ooh, I don't think I want to do that anymore because I don't want to feel like shit again, right? There was this belief that if I do this, I'm going to put myself into a place that I don't want to be. And so what I had to do then is reframe what that commitment meant to me. And the same thing is probably true for you if you have had commitment issues. Again, this comes up a lot if we have family relationships or situations in our childhood where parents were separated or got divorced, or we had a lot of interactions with that, because there's this feeling that commitment doesn't last, or I can't trust the commitment, or if I do, it's not going to feel, healthy, or it's not going to be good, or I'm going to suffer in some way, right? So coming back to my little story here, what I ended up having to do was reframe what that relationship with commitment looked like. And so instead of saying, if I commit, I'm going to have this outcome, which sucks. So of course I don't want to commit. I had to start changing that narrative and say, okay, well, what else can be true? Because there's never just one truth. There's never just one way to do something, and there's never just one outcome. So what I ended up creating for myself was this story, which is also very, very true, that, well, when I commit and I put in the work and I do it in a way that's easeful, because that's what I was teaching, that's what I am teaching, and I truly walk my talk. It is so important to me that I am doing this work that I'm also teaching you, because otherwise, what are we doing here? What ends up happening is I have more energy, I have more ease, because I'm able to get the results that I want because I'm doing it from this place, and vice versa. Because I'm getting the results, I'm going to have more ease, more time, more abundance, essentially, because I have the money, I have the clients, I can actually put resources or invest in resources so that I can be supported, so that I can have more ease, so that I can have more time, so that I can have more energy. So what it really comes down to here is, one, noticing if the self-sabotaging is happening, right? If there's a commitment, stress, or trauma or issue for you around any part of your life, look at how that's affecting the way that you're showing up for your goals and the things that you want to create. And it's okay if it is. It's so, so normal, because again, all your nervous system wants to do is keep you safe. And so if there's any kind of fear around that, it's going to say, whoa, 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 how about we don't do that? And you're gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's not do that. But until you recognize that, it's going to be hard to actually even identify it and then be able to shift that. And then the second thing, like I just shared, is creating your new story around that. Creating how you want it to feel, how you want it to be. This is a lot of the work that I dive into in both my courses with my clients, and we do a lot of the shifting actually in the workshop as well. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Please comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. Like this video, share this video with someone that you love, and hit subscribe so that you can join me here again next time. And I'll see you then.